Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, so we are going to be starting off today's video on the weekly time frame, and we will move down to the daily time frame. First thing I would like to discuss is the fact that we just had a 6% week. Well, about a 6% week over here on SPY, and then QQ did have it 6% week. We're going to say this is 6%. So what I have done is I've outlined the last 4 times this condition went down, which was right here, right here, right here, right here. All right, so let's just look over. On all of these scenarios, you did at least get some sort of pullback. This one was only a $3 pullback. This one was a $7 pullback. This bad boy over here was an $18 pullback, 16. Over here, you got a $7 pullback. I am personally looking for at least like a 1.5% pullback. We're going to discuss where we could be pulling back to on the daily time frame, but as far as I am concerned, I am definitely at least looking for some sort of pullback. We have had a straight up vertical move here within 5 weeks. I just want to, before we dive into anything else, I want to outline how insane this is. Now, yes, we knew it was likely coming. We didn't know it was going to happen all in 1 week. You're going to get a $27 move to the upside. That is pretty insane. All right. That is insane in the membrane. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. What we did do is we effectively broke out of this descending channel, falling wedge. If you draw your trend line a little bit differently, regardless, you had this consolidation here. You have broken to the upside. I'm looking for further upside. We're also looking for further upside. As we were down here, we were saying, even if you're a bear, you're looking to get somewhere into here between 440 and 448. All right, we can round up to 450. So I am looking for 440 to 450 on this rally. It does not mean it's going to come without a pullback. All right. Now let's get rid of all of these. But as you can see, all right, we are looking for at least some sort of pullback before going higher. I personally think we are going to be getting decent, at least a 1.5% pullback. Let's be completely real. You don't see this type of action often. All right, right here, you end up having a $12 move up. You came back to the golden pocket and gave back 75% of that move. All right, right here. All right, and I would say this is rather aggressive right here. $21 to the upside without really any pullback, but you still had these little days of, 1% pullbacks here. You're not getting anything over here. And we also did leave a bunch of gaps behind. So I am going to say that right now. You've literally gapped up. We didn't close this one down here on a closing basis. So we have 3 gaps remain open right now. As of right now, 3 gaps remain open. And down here, you still did not close it on a closing basis. So I am going to say, all right, guys, I think at some point we're going to come down sooner rather than later. We're going to come down and fill this. Now, I don't think it's going to be something aggressive like this. It could be. All right, I don't think that's going to happen. And if we do end up just selling from here, I'm just saying I think it's going to sell to a higher low, and then we're literally just going to come right back up here to where we are right here at 436, 438. All right, and that would make this picture perfect. Right here, right there, right there. Doesn't really matter where you pull back from. We have bullish structure. We were aware of this before we actually continue this move up here. We were saying we were looking for a pullback either. Hang on, let me just clean the chart real quick. We were saying we were looking for a pullback either from right here. All right, so it would have been somewhere right here around 430, which aligned with the top of the golden pocket. I thought, to this day right here, I thought we were going to come back and fill this gap. With all likelihood, I thought that is what was going to happen. We did not do that. So I think, a rather aggressive pullback is on the table. All right, we've definitely extended ourselves here. All right, you are slamming right into the 50 daily moving average. I'm going to take that off though, just because now we've discussed it. Less clutter on our chart because we do have a lot of, a lot of squiggly lines going on right now. All right. Nonetheless, guys, I'm looking for continuation on this move, but after a pullback. If it wants to bust up to the upside here, are we going to see something that's extremely rare? Maybe. All right, it's a scenario I guess we got to talk about, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to be completely honest on that one. I think you're very likely going to come back here, and I think you're probably going to hit it with a, we just had a 6% move up. I think you're probably going to get in between a 2 to 3% pullback. But I'm going to point out, if you pull back right here, it's going to be the 50% retracement, and that is going to be around 424, which also aligns with the 200 daily moving average. All right, so boom, you busted up above it, you reclaimed it. Guess what? You came down, and boom, all right, you found buyers sitting around there, and then you did it a second time. So I do think we probably are going to see us come back down to that 200 daily moving average and tap that. That is just, a prediction right there. It is. I'm not using a crystal ball or nothing. I'm simply speculating on that one. I think, given what has happened in the past, we're probably going to come back down here and at least try and confirm that we just recovered the 200 daily moving average. You can literally see it right here. Boom, you got back above it, came under. It wasn't ready. All right. Market participants were not ready to go into bull territory. There you go. You came back, you tested it. So I think we are going to be testing it. And it's just, again, prediction there. But what would that also align with? All right, we'd be coming down, and I get it. You wouldn't be, just having a very clean back test here of this trend line. What if it took like 2 days, and then the second day it comes in with a wick? All right, and you get a big wick going from maybe 428 428 down to 424. I don't know how that's gonna go. All right, guys, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, I'm looking for the pullback, whether that's going to be, I want to say just 430, but that would be the 1.5% that I just showed you guys on all of those, all 4 of the last occurrences over here. We got at least, what was that, $3 pullback on this guy right here. All right, guys, you got $3 over here the next week. You got 2% pullback right there. Then you got, where was it? The next one was right here. All right, you got the 16% move. Well, not 16%, $16 move to the downside. And where we have one just right here. All right, and there you got almost a 2% move to the downside. So guys, I am looking for at least like a 1.5%. Like, I think that's completely reasonable at this point in time. So let's just continue going on what I'm talking about. All right, you don't, like, that's $10 and then you retrace most of the move. Like, I'm serious, because you don't get these moves often. I think it's extremely likely we get that retracement. All right, and I think it's probably going to happen where I just pointed out over there. Okay, yeah, guys, we can go. It doesn't really matter how far you want to go back here. All right. Oh, $16 move. You had a $8 pullback. Like, these are so common. All right, and even if we're talking something like this, guys, maybe we got a Black Monday around the corner. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, if you see it trending though, no, it's probably not actually a thing, but we're going to take a look at VIX and see like why we could also potentially bounce right where we are over here on Mr. VIX. And that would mean, guess what? SPY's going to be taking a dive. All right, but I am going to remind everyone, guys, we did have this big old bullish divergence going on here from there to there. We were completely looking for this move. All right, now, did I think it was going to be a week? No. I did not think in 5 days we're going to have a $27 move over on SPY. But over here, pretty similar action right here. All right, within a week, you ended up having a $23 move to the upside. The next day, you had a minus 4% day. All right, so I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm definitely not saying it's going to happen. All right, so don't think I'm saying a Black Monday is right around the corner or we're going to have an extremely bloody week. No, I think you're going to get a pullback. I think that pullback is going to then get bought, not like over here where you crash down to a new low under there. All right, I personally don't think it's going to be like that, but I'm just pointing out a scenario where we've seen this before. I know you also saw this big sick nasty short squeeze go from here all the way up here without a pullback. That's a $34. All right, that was during the bear market. And this is what I was trying to say, guys. A lot of people were, thinking we're going to keep falling. And this is exactly how you put in a major low. I was very particular on saying a major low before a big old rally because I didn't think it was going to be one of these things right there. I didn't think it was going to be one of these. And guys, this week proved alone that it's not one of what we've seen when one of these counter trend rallies is going to come down to a new low. Now, can we come down to a new low? Yeah. But I told you guys, even if you're a bear, you're looking for that corrective sequence back up. Maybe it doesn't take this much time all the way into December, but guess what? That's what you were looking for. Or at least that's what, that's what you were looking for. Maybe some people don't, follow that. And most people don't. And maybe you were one of the people down here betting on, well, not even betting on, I'm just thinking that it was coming to 400, all right? It still can go to 400, all right? I'm just letting you know, you're going to see what I just, drew out before you resume an impulsive sequence to the downside. I don't know how things are really going to go, but I just know that is how that works. All right. You need your corrective rallies here after 3 impulsive series, you know, waves down. Sorry, wrong terminology there. All right. But yeah, wherever you want to look on these charts, guys, besides right here, besides this is, I will acknowledge right now, this is the only spot where you had a move like that, a straight up vertical move. Like you see right here, this is $30. So if SPY is to go up another percent and then pullback, you're still looking for that pullback right there. That's 3% pullback. All right. On a, was that 4% move? No, 7% move. All right. Regardless, all right, this is the only time since the beginning of our bear market 2022, which I don't think we're in a bear market right now. I think the bear market probably will resume, not probably, it's going to resume at one point when they decide to cut rates, and then we could start looking for this crash scenario to play out. All right, but until that happens, I don't think we're in a bear market. Right here, $45 move to the upside, guys, with barely any pullback. Right here, $33 move, then you got your first pullback, and you gave back 6 of those dollars. All right, so 1.5% is what you got after a $32, $33 move. All right, I personally don't think we're about to get that. I really do not. All right, we also do have a shooting star here on the daily time frame. On QQ, you also have this upper wick. It's not as large as over there on SPY, but it is still an upper wick, and you are at the top of this parallel channel that also just happens to look like a bull flag. Don't take me as a perma bull saying we're going all-time highs, all right? I'm definitely, you know, I'm still gonna, you know, keep this in the back of my mind, all right? We're looking for the pullback up here to form a handle for this massive cup. Now, it doesn't have to play out. I'm not saying it's gonna. So, like I said, don't take me as a perma bull. I'm definitely not that, all right? I'm just a man who is, you know, here on this YouTube channel. And I've been, you know, doing these daily updates for a while, and we've seen these exact things play out before. Now, I'm not talking about the massive cup and handle, right? I'm just saying, you know, we follow a lot of patterns here on this channel, and this is looking pretty freaking sexy, all right? It is. Not saying we're going all-time highs. I'm definitely going to say we're still in this massive bull flag, and we should be looking for more upside here. Does it happen before a pullback? I have absolutely no idea. But what I will point out here on QQ is you surpassed your 0.786. You had a daily close above it. So even though I am looking for that pullback, I think that now set it in. I don't want to say set in stone because I can't just give people, you know, what if someone were to hear me say, oh, yeah, it's set in stone that we're going to have 100% retracement now. And then someone goes in all in long and loses all your money. I don't want to tell anybody that, all right? Just also know, no financial advice on this channel. This is 100% just my TA along with my speculation, all right? And then my, you know, commentary along with my analysis. But yeah, guys, all right? Now that you passed this and got your daily close above it, I think it's very likely after this pullback, I think we're coming straight up here. Once 373, all right? Well, if you get something like that, that is a pretty big move to ride out to the upside. There you go. And then maybe something like that. Or maybe we start falling again. All right. I don't care. We're going to play it level by level now that we, you know, got this corrective move. Guys, all we're looking for is the relief. We knew this was very likely right around the corner. All right. I know. Us thinking like that, we got shamed for it at the bottom, but that's what's going to happen when we come up and hit our top. We're probably going to have bullish sentiment all over the place. We're going to see this. Let me just pull it up real quick. All right, we're going to see this fear and greed index. See this in extreme greed. With all likelihood, we will see this up here. It's not up there right now. We have a lot more to go. All right, you guys just want to see how these tops are put in? Look at that. You got up to greed. You went all the way from extreme fear at 23, all the way to, I know it's going to say an extreme there, but 70 is extreme greed. I would say that's pretty greedy. All right. You went from fear all the way up to extreme greed. It's not going to show it over here, but you went from extreme fear, a low of 17, all the way up to, boom, in December, extreme greed. We probably just made a cycle down here. You got extreme fear. I think we're probably going to come into that greedy territory. Guys, I don't think upside is done with. That is what I want to make pretty clear here. Bullish on the pullback. That is definitely what I'm saying. And that is definitely how I'm going to act. All right. That is that. Now, VIX, why do I think it is likely that VIX ends up starting its bounce. I think it's probably going to be a dead cat bounce, and then maybe you come down. Maybe we find it all the way down here, and then we get a whole nother move to the downside. I don't know. I got no idea. All right. Like I said, we're going to play things level by level. As things go, we will adjust. Is how it is. We have to be lenient with our analysis. Okay. I'm looking for this bounce. I don't know if it's going to happen. If VIX ends up crushing under here, then I'm looking for the bounce down here. It's going to be one or the other. All right. These are my two scenarios for Mr. VIX. Right there. Now, why do I say we're going to come up, make a lower high, and then go down? Because I just told you. I don't think, you know, I think this is just going to be pullback, and then we're going to get another leg up here. And if that's going to be the case, VIX is going to get that bounce here, all right? And then it's going to go down to a new low because S&P is going to go up to new high. And if it doesn't happen like that, and VIX is down here at a higher low, and that's at a higher high over here on SPY, and you're up here in our golden pocket, 440 to 450, then we know something might be brewing underneath the surface because they should be, you know, oppositely correlated there. And if the correlation is not acting how it's supposed to be, then something's going on behind the scenes. VIX only goes up when puts are bought and calls are sold on SPX. All right. VIX only goes down. This is not VIX. VIX only goes down when calls are bought and puts are sold on the SPX. So, all right. There we go. All right. So we covered S&P 500's weekly time frame. All right, we covered NASDAQ. Okay, we covered the daily plan for this week. All right, we're looking for the pullback. We're going to get bullish. I'm going to get bullish on the pullback. You guys are with me. You guys are with me. If you're not, have fun. All right, play safe. And again, I still think you should take this approach of playing it level by level. I think it's going to work out. All right, I think that is pretty much it. I do want to remind everyone, IWM down here. Last time you did this, you ended up doing something like that. So are we going to get a rather aggressive move to the upside here on IWM over the coming weeks? And then maybe come back down and put in that exact same scenario there? Oh, it was wrong one. All right. That's the rather aggressive move I speak of. All right. And what were we looking for over here? Guys, we got $13. We were looking for a $20 to $30 move out of IWM. We were looking to come back up to 180 and backtest this spot. We got so close within one freaking week. All right. Does this not look very similar to when you start spiking here, spiking here, spiking here, spiking here, spiking here? Does it not look extremely similar? All right. Maybe it turns into this, but I don't think it will. All right. Let's just look at where your weekly RSI got to. You spike back up. That's where you ended up selling. Something to keep in mind. All right. Regardless, you know, I'm bullish on IW. I'm just going to say that. I was bullish down here. You were coming to the bottom of this ascending, you know, descending broadening wedge. I call them broadening bottoms. On top of that, you came right down to strong weekly support. Your weekly RSI was all the way down here, guys. I think we continue to see upside over here on IWM. You also just broke out from this. So yeah, you're probably going to pull back into it, but I'm just going to put this out there. All right. I got two scenarios for IWM here as well. Pullback, you get a deeper pullback, you're going to do something like this, it's going to be crazy, all right? Or you just have the shallow pullback that I think is a lot more likely now that we're seeing risk on behavior in IWM. Also, shout out to the risk on behavior signal that we shouted out for, you know, this whole time we were following here. We were saying, hey, IWM down here wasn't participating in the rally much. Guess what? We're going to start seeing it heavily outpace the SPY and QQ. Well, what happened? We have almost a 3% day over here, all right? What happened on QQ and SPY that day? All right. You know, it still wasn't, it was still pretty crazy. All right. Oh no, this was on Thursday. So you had over here, you had a 1.8% day over on QQQ. You're on SPY, and then on QQ you had 1.9%. All right. But then you have IWM outpacing them. That's your signal. And then the next day, oh, what happens again? Almost another 3% day. Now on SPY, you have a 1% day over here on Friday, and QQ right around the 1% mark. Guys, I think risk on behavior, the money on the sidelines coming into the market. Why is IWM skyrocketing here out of this broadening bottom with increasing volume every single day? Because that's not a short squeeze. Like, it can be a short squeeze, but no, market participants are buying the stock. They're buying the stock and they're making it go up. All right. That is the money from the sidelines coming into the market. That is what I think is taking place. All right. Top of that, SPY also closed out with increasing volume on Friday. So we do know buyers are determined, guys. They are determined. Over here, not so much, all right? But, I'm just going to point out. Still bullish on this dip. All right, so I think we covered just about everything. You have decreasing volume here on DIA as you come right into key resistance. If you do end up stalling out here, look for the back test or just a lower high or a higher high, higher low in general. I'm sorry, we went from here to here. Look at that. Erase that arrow, played out. What was that? Oh yeah, we had this hourly inverted head and shoulders. That's what we were looking at. All right. But yeah, guys, you're right at resistance. I would say this thing is looking mighty strong, just like IWM over there. Get bullish on that pullback. All right, now let's go over a few setups just to keep on your radar. Since we aren't going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, your boy has to work all day. If we do, it will be at 9 to 10 at night. So probably not. Regardless, you'll be getting the watch list if you are over in the Discord. Here we go. Which I'm going to say this week, actually, that watch list did, yeah. That went. But right here, guys, you have Baba, fresh breakout from this massive falling wedge. You have taken, let's start it from the first touch point. All right, guys. So, guys, that is 76 bars, 107 days right there. That is almost a 4-month. That's a 3.5-month pattern that is now breaking out. It is just starting. You also had this bullish divergence down here indicating that this low was going to get bought up. All right, what's the next one? CCL, fresh breakout from this descending channel. Put it on your radar. You have the increasing volume. We'll probably get another up day. All right, or you get a pullback and then that gets bought up, and then you have a few up days. D King. Now we actually pointed this one out right over here. It started bouncing. So I was like, oh, look at that. We called the bottom. All right. Guess what? You had a fresh ass breakout. We actually called that during Friday's video, I believe, because I did in the morning. And I was pointing out, I made this arrow, get bullish on that pullback, and then play it level by level. Now we can actually come down to the 5-minute time frame. And you could see why you go level by level. All right. Break and retest off of here. Break and retest. What happens here? Break and retest. You see these hammers right here? Boom. Right up to the next level, which in this case would be a zone. You are now at key resistance. Your RSI is all the way at 70. I would be looking for that pullback, and it's probably going to happen right here. You're probably going to get a decent sized pullback right here, and I would be bullish on that. Okay. Next one is Netflix. This is your short candidate, but I will point out, got that going on. So I don't know if that's I don't know. All right, inverse head and shoulders action right there. I saw someone in the Weeble comment right here saying they were going to all in short Netflix. I was like, I responded and I said, probably going to, have a few days of continuation, or it's going to start pushing up to the point, the golden pocket I was saying. It literally pushed up to the 50% retracement, pulled back, double bottom, broke out, and is now at the golden pocket. If you wanted to take your shot short, this is the only spot I would really be doing it, from here to here. All right, I don't think you're going to break above. I'm going to be straight up on that one. That was a bull, that proved to be a bull trap last time. But I do think you're going to probably stall out in between 433 and 456 with all likelihood. All right, let's just look on the weekly time frame there. All right, things ain't looking too bad, but if sellers are going to step in, it's probably going to be right here. All right. Did this actually work out here? Did you pull back to oh, Jesus, guys. Things happen too perfectly. They happen too perfectly. Freaking charts, man. Freaking charts. Okay. Literally pulled back to the golden pocket, and you bounce right at the 0.786. Dude, I swear the golden pocket will make people rich. Just give it a few years. The golden pocket, break and retest strat. Those are the only things you need in your tool chest. Obviously, it's not the only thing. You got to develop your skill set, all right? There's no point in doing this thing if you're just... I'm serious, guys. Don't just follow along with this. Please, please be improving your skill set as you are charting with me in these videos. All right. If there are things that you're like, holy crap, it keeps working, add them into your tool chest. Okay. Into your charting tool chest, I guess we could call it. That is Netflix. Let me remove that. Let me remove that. And there we go. All right. Last one I will put on your radar. I'm bullish on the dips on McDicks. All right. I was pointing this out at the bottom. And we put that bull flag in. And then boom, you had a big increase volume, heavy volume week over here. You recovered your trend line, and you had a hammer candlestick on the week after this 2-week consolidation. Guess what? I think we start recovering all the way back up here to 280. Something to keep up on your radar. And again, I wish I just held everything I had and did not, you know, move things around because, you know, I bought into fear. I literally had such good stuff. I had such good stuff. Like Hicks, I think we had 260s. Wasn't looking bad. Feb 17, 260s. They're probably worth a lot more than I sold mine at. It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. I told you guys in the last video, like, honestly, guys, I'm hyped that we can keep doing this. Like, stuff just keeps playing out. You know, I'm not going to say exactly how we're going for them, but, like, you know, guys, we're getting pretty good at this, and we will continue nailing every move for years to come. I don't even want to say nailing. We will continue to, you know, have a good, you know, estimate of what's going to go down in the short-term future. The next 2 to 3 weeks out, that is typically where the analysis steps in. Like down here, we started to break it down. All right, we're like, you know, 2 to 3 weeks out, we're probably going to be seeing this rally. All right, 2 to 3 weeks. We saw that rally. All right. You know, that's typically just where, like, you know, yes, day traders, okay, like this analysis is going to be useful for you as well, just, you know, because level by level. But swing traders, it's going to be extremely useful to you, all right? And that makes me very happy, all right? The fact that I see the skill set continuously proving itself. And that only gets better. We only get more and more reps as time goes on, and we keep getting moves like that, moves like that, moves like, guys, less is going to be more, all right? I have a habit of over trading. Less is going to be so much more. Tesla. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla freaking moved all the way up to this. All the way up to 226, all right? Look at that. Thing freaking died over there, and then that happened. Look at that, all right? I do think Tesla's going to be coming up this gap fill. All right, guys, with that being said, I don't want to just talk about nonsense here. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely trading week. I will catch you on Monday, though, for the daily update. Peace.